Alright, what's going on guys, it's Dallas here, and in this video we are going to be doing a custom figure showcase and lore video on Uncle One Eye. And this is going to be a very interesting story. It's actually going to be a redemption arc on One Eye. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but at the end of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, One Eye was actually fighting Zuko, and we actually never saw him die on screen. Since we didn't see One Eye die on screen, I felt like there was a little story that could be built off of that. And you know, I got a little creative and I turned it into a redemption arc. I really hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to give you guys some lore, and then we're going to go ahead and look at the figure that we customized. And yeah, you guys already know this is part of the Dallas Custom Kaiju Monsterverse, in the same universe as Ares, the Kong of War, Shimzilla, King Gojira, Adult Zuko, and obviously I'm going to explain how he gets his name Uncle One Eye. Alright, so yes, I know he's old, but there's also a reason why he's called Uncle, and you're going to find out right now. Alright guys, I'll see you in a bit. At the end of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, we had the gravity battle of Hollow Earth, taking place before Godzilla, Shimo, Kong, and Scar King entered the portal to the surface of Earth. Zuko pretty much held his own against One Eye, and when the right moment came, Zuko took his chance and was able to kick One Eye off of the Hollow Earth crystal, leading to One Eye falling a really long distance all the way to the ground, a distance that should have killed him, but instead, he somehow managed to survive the fall, leaving him heavily crippled, but still somehow alive. After many weeks had passed, One Eye had realized that the battle was lost, and that Scar King was dead, and this meant that he had no home left to go to. Although Scar King was evil and tyrannical, he still managed to give One Eye a purpose in his life. But now that Scar King was gone, One Eye found that he lost his purpose. After more time had passed and One Eye was on his own, he ran into a big problem. And that problem was the return of his enemy, the enemy who had killed his king. Knowing that he wasn't strong enough to kill him, and knowing that he had nothing left to live for, One Eye quickly got to his knees and surrendered. He wasn't begging Kong for mercy, but instead was begging Kong to kill him. One Eye gave up. He knew he wasn't going to win this fight, and he asked for an easier way out. With Kong remembering who One Eye was and what he did to him, he quickly grew angry. He remembered the many times that One Eye attempted to kill him. With One Eye being in a very vulnerable position, Kong realized that this was the chance to take out one of his enemies. But instead of killing One Eye, Kong let out his hand, showing mercy to One Eye and giving him a second chance. It's not in Kong's nature to kill someone while they're weak, and because Kong was the new king of the great apes, he found this opportunity to give One Eye a second chance to live with the great apes, showing One Eye that there was still hope for him. Kong was offering One Eye to join him and to fight alongside him. It was Kong's duty to unite the great apes, not separate them. One Eye got up and accepted Kong's hand, and little did we know from this moment, it would start a whole new life for One Eye, making him one of Kong's greatest right-hand men. And over the next 50 years, One Eye grew older, stronger, and was well fed, and eventually came around to crafting his own armor. One Eye became Kong's right-hand man, and eventually also became Zuko's mentor. Putting their past aside, Zuko had also forgiven One Eye and gave him a second chance to prove himself loyal to the great apes and Kong. And as the relationship grew stronger, Zuko would refer to him as Uncle One Eye. No longer being afraid and hopeless, Uncle One Eye stood proudly beside Kong and the great apes, doing absolutely whatever it takes to protect his people. Uncle One Eye swore to protect Kong no matter the costs, being forever in Kong's debt for giving him a second chance at life. Uncle One Eye was a proud ape living under the rule of King Kong. Alrighty guys, as you can see, this is the completed Uncle One Eye figure, and as you guys saw in the Hollow Earth fight in Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, I felt like One Eye didn't get a proper ending to his character arc, and I also felt like this was a great opportunity for a redemption arc, because let's be real, every single ape was scared of Scar King. They had to do what they were told to do in order to survive, whether they liked it or not. And I don't know if you guys can tell already, but I'm having so much fun customizing these ape characters in the Monsterverse. I feel like it's been a really fun part of the Dallas Custom Kaiju Monsterverse. If we take a closer look at Uncle One Eye's armor, you guys can tell that this is also based off of Viking armor. This is a comparison between between regular One Eye and Uncle One Eye. And if you guys didn't catch it already, Uncle One Eye does have an eye patch and a longer, fuller beard. I definitely wanted him to have a more tough and gritty looking appearance. Here's a comparison of the Uncle One Eye figure standing next to the Hiya Toys Beast Glove Kong. And here's a comparison between Uncle One Eye and adult Zuko. And I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, they look absolutely awesome standing next to each other. And finally, here is a comparison of all figures standing next to each other, with King Kong in the middle and adult Zuko, as well as Uncle One Eye standing right beside him. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure to leave a comment to let me know what you think of the figure and the lore. As for the next custom figure, I am hoping to put out the upgraded Ares Kong of War figure. And speaking of stop motions, I had a great idea. And for Halloween, I was thinking of doing a little Halloween special stop motion, which is obviously going to be involving Godzilla. I haven't done a Godzilla stop motion in a very long time, so I'm really excited to put something out for Halloween for you guys to enjoy. Anyways, guys, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.